a big believer that the more that you give, the more you get. But the problem is most people who give, they give at their cost. Because
another thing I wanted to talk about spirituality wise is a lot of religions believe in charity and how that actually multiplies your money. What are your beliefs about charity and financial planning? Because some people feel like they have to go through life with both fists closed. But I believe there has to be open to receive and to give. It's just the flow keeps going this way.
yeah, to me, it's not an either or conversation. It's actually, it's both, like, right? So I'm a big believer that the more that you give, the more you get. But the problem is most people who give, they give at their cost because they're not also giving to themselves. And so they're actually paying a price for giving to others. And I think that's actually where most people's problems are, is that, so we got to remember, Einstein proved that everything in our world is energy. E equals MC squared. And so our money is energy. We as human beings are energy. Our words are energy. Our emotions are energy in motion. So when we start to realize that money is energy, and if you want to be abundant and you want to create more, well, hoarding it and holding on to it is actually blocking more from coming to you because you're not open to abundance, because you're probably hoarding it because you're triggering emotions of fear that there's not enough going to be around, or there's not enough for everyone. And so you're holding it tight. And in that tightness, you're actually contracting your nervous system so that you can't actually manifest or attract anything that you desire, or not ideal results. So I don't care if it's a charity or if it's your time, financially, your time or your money or whichever. If you're not opening the flows of giving and receiving, think of it like the figure eight. That's one of the reasons why I actually have a ring that's the figure eight, to remind me that there is this balance, that the ideal place is that dot in between of that balance between giving and receiving, and being open in that flow. Because, as much as we don't realize it, I don't care what country you're from, what color you are, what sex you are, we are all energetically tied. And when we start to realize that we as a humanity are only as strong as our weakest link, and we start to actually take that into account, then so many more things can happen in this world when we start to think from that perspective, to get the whole energy grid to get brighter. And again, I'm not saying to do it at your cost, because there's the opposite side of this, is that I also believe the people who need the help and who are receiving the charity or the aid, they need to have skin in the game. We've got some systems that are seriously broke in this country because they become lifestyles of the welfare system. And I don't think that's okay either. Everyone's got to be a part of the solution, and that we have skin in the game, but we do need a balance between that giving and receiving. So like, even on the emotional front, if you're a narcissist, you're a taker. Like, you love to take. So you're going to surround yourself with a giver. You're going to surround, or it's like one of the therapists that I know, he calls it self-love deficit disorder when you're attracting narcissists, because you're a huge giver and they're a huge taker. And you got to make sure that you're also giving and loving yourself enough, as much as you are to everybody else, because you're important as well. And so many times we sacrifice that.
Well, that was well said. Exactly. I mean, within limits, obviously, you don't want to end up taking food from your kids and giving it away to somebody, and at the cost of your own family's health and well-being. But at the same time, giving, whenever we give anything, like even the Christmas gifts, we feel better giving than receiving gifts. It makes us feel good. It's about it's an energy exchange. Right. When I give something to you, I'm doing it with so much love, and then your appreciation is love coming back at me, and that makes us, have that exchange. And so for that reason, we do win in the end by giving. But at the same time, the hoarding part, that's what a lot of people have, a lack mindset, and they feel like I can't even give a penny away because then I won't have enough. Right. And when you have an abundance mindset, there's always enough.
Right. That's true. There always is. And it's our fear, so our lower vibrating emotions, that makes it that there isn't enough, or we have the fear that there won't be. We have to remember that these stories that we tell ourselves in our head become our reality. And when you start to realize, going, oh, is this my belief system and this is my story? Well, then there's your outcome, because you are creating the outcome of the story that you tell yourself in your head over and over again.
Yeah, there's so much involved with just finances alone. I mean, we could have this conversation.
Do you want to experience free coaching based on my 25 plus years as being a financial planner and ask me any question that you want to ask me to help you get past that hurdle in your financial world? I run these free workshops every other month to start to open you up, to start to help you get to this next place. The information for my free workshop, click the link below and register, and I'll see you on the next workshop.